Into the second round of games we go now for groups E through H, and some nations are on the brink of qualification, but some nations are on the brink of elimination. Who's going to go through? Who's going to go home? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks, Batman's Game, another prediction video. Today we're looking forward to match number 2. That's right, 2.2, as we look at groups E through H. Of course, and we'll get to that in just a second, because if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, bang. All things Rovers related, World Cup related, and predicting games related. We're all here, boys. Under one Ruski, of course. What we're looking at, Brazil opened up with a banger, didn't they? Absolute cracking goal. Portugal as well, up and running. But who will actually get the tippy toe into the next round? We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, people shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. But anyway, let's get into it and see how you guys got on, see how I got on over in the prediction league. And of course, kick on forward to the second round of games. These were the games. My picks on the left hand side. The real deal was on the right. I went with a 3-1 win for Belgium. They did win 1-0, of course, not great, but enough to get 3 points, so not bad on that one. Meanwhile, I did go with Croatia over Morocco, but unfortunately it was a 0-0 draw, so egg on my face. I went with a 1-0 win for Spain. They did win, and it does look like a 1, but it was actually a 7. 7-0 in the end. And why? What about this one? 2-0 loss to Germany to Japan. Yeah, a big fat 2-1 win the other way. So shame on me. So I didn't really do. I did okay on that end. Of course, the other games, of course, in Group G and H. Of course, the Swiss did beat Cameroon 1-0. I called it, boys. Absolutely called it. Meanwhile, Brazil did beat Serbia 2-0 with a 3-0. Uruguay and South Korea, of course, 0-0 draw with a 2-1 win in the end. I did go with a 2-0 win over Ghana. 3-2, of course, it was. Alrighty then, so where does that leave us in the tables? Well, of course, after match number 1, Spain are on the brink of qualification, as are Japan, heading into match number 2. Germany on the brink of elimination after an absolute shambles start to their campaign. Meanwhile, in Group F, Belgium, okay, doing okay. Croatia and Morocco with a point. Canada got it all to do as well. But I think they got the difficult one out of the way. Of course, can they step it up against Croatia and Morocco? Into Group G, we've got Brazil coming at you. Of course, top of the pops there. Switzerland are in second, both on 3 points so far. Cameroon and Serbia, of course, got it all to do in their second chat Sunday. And, of course, Group H, Portugal kicking ass and taking names with South Korea and Uruguay, with Ghana currently last with 0 points on the offering. So let's get into it then, of course, and have a look at the Superbru. Now, this is, of course, the link if you want to get involved with the Superbru. And, of course, we're going to take a long hard look at it right about now. There we go, folks. Now, of course, there is a game going on right now, and it is Senegal against Qatar. But we're going to go back, take a look at the current state of play in the round robin. Just the round, of course, who actually did well. Now, this is, of course, what we look at. We'll go back here. Of course, this is the completed match day now. Of course, after the completed match day, I'm down here with 15.5 points. Oxlade 17 up there with 20.5. Alex with the Hansworth, Greeny up there, 30.77 in the Power 5. Then the chasing pack as well. So that puts me, of course, at 15.5 in 9th spot in the leaderboard. But of course, that's likely to change very, very soon with match day number 1 done, and match number 2 just about getting going right now. It's starting to bubble up a little bit. So as it stands, heading into match day number 2, pretty good for Oxlade with 20.5 points. Scooped up on the first one. If you see your name, smash your thumbs up. See then your name, smash your thumbs up. Even, of course, Safer here down here with 4 points. Still can play catch up. Got a lot of points left on the offering, and hopefully you guys can join in the fun too, of course. And don't forget the link right here, right now. And of course, we are getting into the second round of games, so let's waste no more time and jump into that then as we look forward to match number 2, of course, for groups E through to H. So jump in the deep end. We'll start with Belgium up against Morocco, of course, coming at you. What's that group? I get them all mixed up. I think that's Group E. They're going to, of course, lock horns on the 27th of November, of course, coming at you over in Qatar, the Al Tumana Stadium. It's actually Group F. I still got it wrong. Played each other twice, 4, 1 win apiece. Belgium, they're 58% form for them heading into this. 2 defeats in the past 6 games, because the Morocco side unbeaten in the last 7 games. 83% form for them heading into this as well. Belgium's biggest win over Morocco, their only win, a 1-0 win. The biggest win the other way, a 4-1 win for Morocco, which of course was the last time they played each other back in March 2008. Belgium coming to on that 1-0 win over Canada. Morocco with a 0-0 draw against Croatia. But the odds for the game itself, 2019 on is your Belgium. They are favoured 5-2 is your 29-10 is your away win. But of course the odds to do well in this group, in Group F, we have Belgium at 9-1 on to qualify, of course 2-1 on to win the group, with Morocco 7-4 to qualify, 70-2 to win the group. And the odds, of course, to go the distance and lift the trophy, Morocco 880-1, with of course Belgium eighth favourites, something like that, 22-1 to go the way as well. For me, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Belgium on this one. Yes, indeed. Kicking off, although same group, it is Canada going against Croatia, of course, on the same day, 27th of November. This will be at the Khalifa Stadium, coming at you, of course, on the 27th of November. They never played each other, these two sides, Canada though, and Croatia. 92% form there for Croatia, unbeaten in the last 7 games. Canada though, just 1 win in 4 for them, 42% form for them heading into this as well. Canada opened up with that 1-0 loss against Belgium. Prior to that, a couple of wins against, well, at least a win against Japan. Croatia though, haven't conceded a goal in back-to-back games. Of course, beat Saudi Arabia in the pre-nub, or the pre-game, and of course a 0-0 draw against Morocco. The odds to win this game, we got Croatia 11-10 for the victory, 25 is your draw, 13-5 is your way when that is Canada, who were good. Don't get me wrong, they were good. Of course, the odds to win the qualify from the group, 11-8 on for Croatia, 11-4 to win the group. Canada, of course, 5-2 to qualify, 11-1 to win the group. But what about the odds to lift the trophy right now? Croatia come out at 90-1, Canada 201. Haven't scored a goal though in have you ever scored a goal in the World Cup? Let me know down below. Gonna go with here a 1-0 win, unfortunately, for Croatia. I'd love to see Canada do it, but I just think Croatia's quality, their match experience, the tournament experience will just be too much for Canada in this one. Over to the big one then, the biggest game of the tournament, I would say. And we're going to see at least probably one of these powerhouses not make it. And unfortunately, it's going to be Germany, I think. But anyway, I played each other at the Al Bayt Stadium, 27th of November 2022, of course. Germany under Hansi Flick, Spain under Luis Enrique. Played each other 8 times in 1984. 4 wins for Spain, 1 for Germany, 3 draws, of course. Spain, though, 5 wins the last 6, 83% form for them right now. Germany, 1-2 lost and drawn 2 over the last 6. That's 50% form for them heading into this as well. The biggest win and the last win was a 6-0 win for Spain. Wasn't too long ago, November 2020. Germany's one and only win was back in November 2014. It was a friendly. Doesn't really count. Germany, though, opened up with that 2-1 loss against Japan, and also prior to that, a narrow 1-0 win over Oman. Of course, Spain with a 7-0 win over Costa Rica, but they're coming into this red hot to trot. Of course, the odds here, 13-10 is your Spain, 2-1 is Germany, 5-2 is your draw. Germany need to win realistically on this one. But the odds right here right now, 20-1 on for Spain to qualify, 4-1 on to win the group. Germany 2-1 to qualify, 7-1 to win the group. They are massively out fancy here because they've got to, we'll talk about the things here. 13-2 is your Spain. Germany is still 9th favourites, 28-1. I just can't believe it. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the permutations then for this game. Of course, this group, shall we? Because Germany, if they are lucky to get a point out of this game, that'll put them on 1 point. Spain on 4 points. Meanwhile, if Japan do beat Costa Rica, that puts them on 6 points. And of course, Germany cannot surpass that 6 points. That's how fine a margin this is. So realistically, Germany have to win, put Spain in a bit of a pickle, and then put themselves back in the mixer with Costa Rica still to play. But anyway, what am I thinking about this one? Unfortunately, I can't see anything but Spain were good. I'm going to go 2-1. Maybe a bit of fight by Germany, but ultimately a sackable offence by Hansi Flick. And of course, the big question marks over the Mullers, over the Rudigers, over some of these experienced players, the Neuers. Let's clean them out, get them out. Of course, get Thomas Tuchel in to see what you got in the next, the Euros. Meanwhile, same group, Japan against Costa Rica again. If that goes that way, of course, the Japan game will go first. But of course, Japan can actually qualify themselves in the last match, of course. But anyway, these two sides play each other twice since 2014. Just 1 defeat past 6 though for Japan right now. Costa Rica just 1 defeat past 6, also 75% fall for them, of course. The 2 times they played each other was both wins for Japan. 3-0 win was the last one back in September 2018. Of course, Japan with the 2-1 win over Germany. They did lose to Canada, and of course didn't have the greatest build-up to this. Meanwhile, Costa Rica with that 7-0 drubbing. Prior to that, a 2-0 win over Costa Rica. Of course, hoping to do something special this time around. Kicking on forward though, the odds 9-4 on is Japan, 10-3 is draw, 7-1 7-1 is your Costa Rica. They are way and fancied here, but of course the odds to qualify from this group, we've got Costa Rica come actually 20-1 to qualify, 151 to win the group. Japan are actually 3-1 on to qualify, 4-1 to win the group. But of course, to lift the trophy itself, Costa Rica 1,250-1, with of course Japan 100-1 right now to lift the trophy. I'm actually going to go with Japan here, 2-0 win in the end, which will be just enough there for them to qualify into the next round. Kicking off forward, it'll be Cameroon then. They're coming at you over Serbia. Of course, that's coming at you over in Group, what is it, G, of course. Now, these two sides have played each other just the one time. We'll talk about it shortly. Cameroon, though, 33% form for them right now, without winning 5 up against the Serbia side, just 1 defeat past 6. Of course, 75% form for them, of course. The last time played each other was a 4-3 win for Serbia. It was a friendly back in June 2020. Serbia opened up with a 2-0 loss against Brazil. Cameroon lost to Switzerland. Both sides are going to bounce back and fast. 17-4 is your Cameroon. 11-4 is your draw. 10-7 on is your Serbia. They're favoured to win this game, but of course, the odds to qualify from this group, we're looking at Serbia, of course, 11-8 to qualify, 12-1 to win the group, with Cameroon 12-1 to qualify, 101 to win the group, of course. But the odds again, just in case you fancy a bit of a flutter to actually win the trophy, 751 is Cameroon, 125-1 is Serbia. I'm backing the Serbians here with a 1-0 win for them over Cameroon to take the 3 points and maybe get them back in the thick of things. Meanwhile, Brazil will take on, of course, Switzerland, coming at you over at the Stadium 974. Of course, Brazil right now unbeaten the last 16 games and winning streak of 8 games in a row. Up against the Swiss, of course, just 1 defeat past 5, 67% fall for them, of course. They played each other 4 times since 1950, 1 win apiece and 2 draws. Biggest win for Brazil, the only win, a 2-1 win. The only win for Swiss, a 1-0 win in the end. Last time there was a 1-0 win for Brazil. That was in the World Cup Group E last round in Russia. Switzerland's one and only win was back in 2013, 1-0 win as well, but it was a friendly. Meanwhile, Brazil with a 2-0 win over Serbia, Switzerland with a 1-0 win over Cameroon, both coming into this with clean sheets. The odds, though, for this, we have Brazil 20-9 on for the victory, 7-2 draw, 6-1 is your long shots. That is this feat. Of course, the odds then, shall we, of course, to qualify from this group, we have Brazil 50-1 on, of course, to qualify, 7-1 on to win the group, with Switzerland 50-8 on to qualify, 5-1 to win the group as well. But what about the odds to lift the trophy? Brazil are favoured still, 12-5, of course, with Swiss coming at you 90-1, of course. Don't fancy them, to be honest with you, to go the distance. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win, big win for Brazil. The shackles are off. They got the first win. This will be a second win, of course, maybe a statement result as well. Into Group H we go now, and it'll be Portugal up against Uruguay. Bit of a zinger at the Lusail Stadium. Now, these two sides have played each other just the one time since 2018, and we'll talk about that shortly. Portugal are winning 4 of the last 6, 67% form for them right now. Meanwhile, Uruguay also on 67% form for them, just 1 defeat past 6 heading into this. The last time played each other was a 2-1 win for Uruguay back in Russia, and it was in June. It was in the World Cup knockouts. Goodness gracious me. Uruguay with a 0-0 draw against Korea. Back-to-back clean sheets for them. Of course, Portugal with a 3-2 win over Ghana, of course. But the odds to win this game, Portugal 20-19 on for the victory. 12-5 is your draw, 60-5 is your away win. That's, of course, Uruguay. It's tight. It's a very, very tight one. Of course, to win the group, or to qualify anyway, 20-1 on for Portugal to win the group, 4-1 on to win, 20-1 on, sorry, to qualify. Uruguay, 50-8 on to qualify, 4-1 to win the group. What about to win the trophy itself? Uruguay 50-1, of course. Portugal up there in 6 favourites, 12-1 to go the distance. For me, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win in the end for Portugal to put themselves already through, and Uruguay on the brink of elimination. But of course, coming at you now, it's the last one. It's South Korea up against Ghana. That's right. Now these two sides played each other 4 times, 2006. 1 for Korea, 3 for Ghana, 0 draws. Of course, Korea though just 1 defeat past 6, 67% form for them right now. Ghana 50% form for them, 1-3 and lost 3 over the last 6. Of course, they played each other 4 times. The biggest win for Ghana was a 4-0 win. The biggest win their way, a 2-1 win. The last time they played each other was in Korea. It was back in June 2014. It was a 4-0 win for Ghana. Ghana though with a 3-2 loss against Portugal. Korea with a 0-0 draw against Uruguay. And they are clean sheet FC. 3 clean sheets on the spin as they build up to this game. But the odds there for this one, we've got Korea 31-20 for the victory, 20-10 is your draw, 2-1 is your away win. That is Ghana, who of course got it all to do after their opening day loss. The odds right here right now, Ghana 11-2 to qualify, 28-1 to win the group, of course, and South Korea 7-4 to qualify, 11-1 to win the group as well. But for me to win the trophy, Ghana 350-1, South Korea coming at you 250-1. So both sides are unfancied at the moment, but they need to win this game first. And I'm going to go a cheeky 1-0 win in the end for South Korea. That's right. Of course, that put them in prime time position to challenge Portugal on the last day of this group to see if they can go through as well. Make sure you get your picks in as well, guys. Make sure you get your picks in. Hopefully, I'll see you on the other end. But until then, guys and gals, I'll be back very, very soon for some more coverage right here at Batman Overseas. But until then, thumbs up, hit the little bell, smash your subscribe, and I'll see you soon for the next one.